How you doing, folks? So today we are taking a look at the new miniature from deathraydesigns.com. This is the Percival Mark I Battle Mech. This is a model intended to be used with the Battletech tabletop game. It is designed in collaboration with the online store Fortress Miniatures and Games. As you can kind of see, their main logo is that of a battle mech. This is their actual logo here with both the mech and a little knight on a horse here. And here is the mech, a little bit more detailed, you can kind of see there. So yeah, this is a 3D printed miniature from the looks of it. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open, take a look at all the bits, put it together, and see what this looks like stacked up next to a couple other standard battle mechs. So yeah, I'm super excited to crack this thing open. As you can see, it comes in a clamshell packaging here, so this should be pretty easy to pop open. Oh boy! Okay, nice squeaky. Okay, so we got inside first is a little advertisement from Death Ray Designs. Information there. Okay, and pop this layer of foam off, and we have a little base. Interesting. This looks to be acrylic. It's an acrylic hexagonal base. Hexagonal? Hexagonal? What the hell? And is this acrylic? Yeah, it's acrylic. Got some sort of film on here that you'll have to peel off, I think. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I'll probably use, I've got my own bases that are MDF. I'll probably end up using one of those just because I have a buttload of them and I need to justify the use of buying so many. But yeah, let's peel off the bottom layer of foam and dump these out. Okay. So as we can see, we have uno, dos. Okay, we got 4 pieces here. Not too bad. We got the main legs, arm, and the center body here. Okay, I'm really digging the knight aesthetic. I like the helm. I think the data sheet for this that's supposed to be a small range missile pack of some sort, so that's not actually intended to be the viewport for the pilot. That is actually a weapon, and I guess the pilot is somewhere on the inside, probably looking through various computer screens of some sort. But yeah, so it looks pretty cool. We've got these gnarly looking boosters on the back. Dang. Some neat detailing around the top. Interesting waist piece. I quite like. It's pretty slender. I'm really digging that. The exposed. I don't know. Some of you guys might be iffy on exposed hydraulics, but I think it looks kind of cool. Yeah. I like the whatever this bit is on the side that makes the head slightly asymmetrical. Looks like some sort of camera of some sorts or a sensor. Who knows? But yeah, pretty nifty. So let's set that down and take a look at the other arm. Alright, so we've got a gun of some sort. I haven't taken a look at the data sheet for this unit to actually play it in-game, but assuming this is probably like a PPC or a large laser of some sort, who knows. Looks pretty neat. Got a ball joint on the shoulder there with a pauldron. Oh, it's actually will be able to give us some gnarly customization in terms of, ooh, I can see some pretty neat poses coming out of this thing. Very cool, and I like that the ball is detailed, so you can kind of position, God, I can't talk, you can position this however you want it, and it'll still look pretty normal. Nice. Alright, pretty cool. I like that. Alright, so the next limb is the other arm. Now this here is a much larger weapon of sorts. Really big. And as with the other arm, we have a pauldron with a ball socket, or a ball for the socket. Perfect. Slots in just like that. You can get a little bit of motion. This one seems to be a little bit more limited in terms of the side-to-side motion, but you can swing that up and back. And there's even a little turret on here. That's kind of cool. I wonder how that works in actual gameplay. I'll have to take a look at the record sheet here. But yeah, not too bad. I'll be careful though, I don't want to snap those barrels there. Okay, and the bottom part. Got these gnarly meaty thighs, big old boots. Some pretty neat detailing we got there. I think it'll be pretty fun to paint up. So let's see. We'll just slide in just like that. Yeah, I can see some pretty intimidating poses coming out of this guy. Alright. Cool. Okay, so that's a quick overview for all the parts. We'll go ahead and get them all built, and we'll take a look at some size comparisons next to some official Battletech miniatures. Alright, here it is, the Percival Mark I Battle Mech, all fully assembled, and I think it is a pretty darn cool looking mech, if I have to say so myself. I do quite like the aesthetic, it's different. Yeah, and honestly, you could probably use it in more games than just Battletech, just based on looks alone, like maybe some weird ad mech thing in Warhammer if you really wanted to. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I think it looks really darn cool. Not too hard to put together. I mean, there's only 4 pieces, so the only thing you really got to worry about is what kind of a pose you want to put it in. And mine didn't end up all that much different from the main logo, as you can kind of see. The arms are positioned in a way that you can't really get anything down range without it looking a little odd. Like this one, I wanted to put this gun slightly down range, but then the pauldron would have been awkwardly facing forward, and I just figured I would rather just go with the default pose, but I think it looks just fine. Yeah, pretty cool. I did a little bit of cleanup around like the feet and some bits in the back where the supports were from a 3D printer, but really not a lot of cleanup at all. And I think it just looks really darn cool. My only gripe is this back part here, just north of the britches. I do kind of wish this, whatever you want to call it, extended a little bit further up to kind of compensate for any potential ab crunch that this mech might be positioned in, because you get this weird little bowl bit that kind of sticks out the back, and I guess you could probably fill that in with some putty or something like that, shave it down, but really it's not going to be all that noticeable once it's painted, and really the only people that are going to be looking at it from the back are well, I guess myself and me, myself, and I don't know, but that's about it. Let's take a look at a couple other battle mechs to kind of see how the size compares. So here it is next to a classic sculpt, the original Spider. So you can see it's much taller, even with the, there we go, kind of line up the bases there. Let's see, let's take a look at something else. Another classic sculpt, the Panther. Yeah, pretty cool. Got some real presence there. So let's try something a little bit more recent. Let's do here's a 3D printed Annihilator. Alright, and the Minitech Warhammer. Okay, and one of the more updated models, one of the more recently updated models here is the new Shadowhawk. Seems a little, maybe the Shadowhawk's just really big, or maybe it's just the size creep in general, but I feel like this thing would probably want to be a little bit bigger. I don't remember what class this, what weight class this mech sits in. I think it's at least a heavy. And just for giggles, here it is next to a Warhammer miniature, in case you were wanting to potentially use this as a proxy for something else in some other game. That'll kind of give you an idea. But yeah. So there it is. This is the Percival Mark 1 Battle Mech, and overall I think it's a pretty neat mech. Pretty cool model. I think it's going to be really fun to paint, and I am super excited to get this thing on the tabletop. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Ooh, bumped the camera.